Okay, good morning. Hello, hello. Hope you are more awake than I am this Friday morning, but we are here to talk about red flags today. So I've got a couple of job descriptions lined up. We will go through those, talk about what the red flags are, see if you can spot them. Let me know in the comments what you see, right? I love seeing the chat and the comments on the side, so I'll be looking at that. Um, and then I'll do Q&A. So we've had some issues in the past of it seems like there's a really long delay between you writing it and me seeing it. So if you have a question for the Q&A section, feel free to put it in chat now, just so I can see it. I know what's there. While we give it just a sec for people to join us, just a couple of things to remind you of. The interview confidence course is about to go up in price. So while it is still $47, I recommend grabbing it and putting a link to it in the comments right now. That is going to go up. So if it is something you've thought about, now is the time. I'm about to add more tutorials to it, more videos, another worksheet. And so with those things, the price will go up. So you can get it now. And then when those things come out, you still get them. Isn't that great? So just wanted to let you know about that. With that, let me open this up and let's look at a couple. Wow. So I'm just going to be honest, didn't sleep great. The words are not coming the way they normally do. So I am going to open up and show you my red flag job description page. Today, we are really going over a couple of borderline scams. Now, remember, I am not giving the names of companies. I'm not here to out anybody, to shut a company down or disparage them in any way. So we're not giving out names of companies, but I think this is helpful for you to decipher what kind of jobs you need to be looking at. And the two today are some of those too good to be true or just know what you're signing up for kind of descriptions. So work from home, that's a big red flag for me when you can't get work from home written correctly. So this is participating in paid research. So you have two options. You can either take part in person or online research. And this is what I like. You got to pay attention to the fact that they say this is a great way for you to make extra income and work from home. Essentially, this is not a job. I don't count this as a job. You are getting paid to take surveys. And then this I thought was a big red flag. Many payment options, including PayPal, direct checks, and virtual gift card codes. That is not a job. Now, this can be some nice added money. Maybe this is something, I know some people love surveys. So if you love taking a survey and you want to take some surveys while you're watching Hulu at night or watching Netflix, go ahead and watch go ahead and do this. But this is not work. And these, the two I'm doing today, the two job postings were sent in from someone saying, I'm looking for work from home work. I'm looking for remote work, and I'm getting really frustrated because I'm seeing a bunch of things like this. Now, I did share with that person, I think they might be looking in the wrong spots. I do really like flex jobs for remote work. You can search remote on Indeed. You can search remote on LinkedIn. I like flex jobs. I think it's worth the $10. I'm not affiliated with them. I don't even have an affiliate fee. They don't know I exist or talk about them, but I do think they've validated more of their people than where this posting was found. So take part in surveys, participate in research groups. You got to have a working camera, reliable internet connection, whatever. My thing is, this is not full-time work. This isn't even, to me, really part-time work. This is some extra cash. This is getting compensated for answering some surveys. You get free samples, things like that. Again, if you're a person who loves taking surveys, I know some of those people. I hate a survey, but I know some of those people. If you're one of those people, this might be a nice way to make a little bit of extra cash. But from what I have heard, the research I've done, like if you get paid $5 or $10 for doing one of these surveys, you're making bank. And it can take a lot of time. So keep that in mind. I don't like that the word English is not capitalized. Also, we're seeing our Grammarly at use here. Again, not affiliated. Wish they would sponsor me, but if you don't have Grammarly, get Grammarly. I love Grammarly. Let me take a sip of coffee. I'm real dry this morning. And just a reminder, I see Helen's already asked a couple of questions. Great. If you missed it at the beginning, I will be doing Q&A after the two job postings that we're going through. Feel free to put your questions in now, just because last week there was a very long delay in them showing up in chat for me or showing up in the comment section for me, and I want to make sure I see them. So feel free to start adding those questions now. Now, let's get to the next job posting. So this one, to me, was real strange. So, oops, I had an alarm going, y'all. Sorry about that. Okay, so career development for content creatives. I thought, that's interesting. Is this like a career coach position for content for content creators? What is this? We are looking for creatives who are wanting to add another dimension to their career. You are someone who is looking for a way to create further levels of success, utilizing your skills and taking your talents to a whole new level. This is what we call a lot of fluff words. What are you doing in this job? I am so confused. We partner with an established company in the personal development industry. Red flag that they're not telling you who it is. Headquartered in the USA. Could it be any broad? The only thing they could say that's broader is it's global. Like, great, you're in the USA. We use digital marketing and various communication methodologies to connect with customers to promote award-winning personal development and wealth education products. Again, that is so broad. It could be literally anything. We use digital marketing. That could be social media. That could be blogs. That could be paid Facebook ads. That could be so many different things and various communication methodologies. So you mean you speak it, you do written word, you do audio, you do video. Okay, to connect with customers to make these products that they won't tell you what they are. These are the attributes and attitude they want you to have. Creative thinking, writing, and design. Okay. Strong communication skills, motivated to create a successful career, okay? Interested in personal development and your own self-growth, great. An action taker with a growth mindset and positive approach, great. They want you to be a positive person, fine. What are you doing? The opportunity for you, I find this fishy that it's part-time or full-time. This could be an additional stream of work around other commitments. The fact that they're giving you the option of either, to me, is a red flag. This is like, they need to know if they're hiring someone part-time or if it can lead to full-time. Portable and remote, work from anywhere, flexible hours, choose your schedule. Great, great, great. Generous compensation. All earnings are made from the profits from product sales, which means if I'm interpreting that correctly, they're saying you will get a commission or you will get an affiliate fee when you talk about a product and it sells. So in other words, you could do a bunch of work for them and make no money. Extensive ongoing training and support. Training in what? What am I learning? I don't understand. This is an opportunity to operate as an independent contractor using our proven business systems and strategies to create your success. I think this is actually an MLM. I think this is an MLM for something like an Amway or something like that. And it's and if you don't know what an MLM is, multi-level marketing, go watch the LuLaRoe documentary, amongst others. There's a couple of different ones on Netflix. Again, I'm not outing the person. I looked at their page, their LinkedIn company page showed me nothing about like what they actually do, but I think they are part of an MLM and they're trying to get their downline. They're trying to get the people who work under them. And now so many MLMs sell through blogs, through Instagram feeds, etc., that they're saying, oh, you get to do content marketing, but career development. What? Career development for content creatives. It truly, this is a red flag of all red flags. So that job is a hard pass. So things to know, it are just, if it looks too good to be true, it is, y'all. If you can't figure out what you would do, like I look at this and I go, but what am I doing? What does a day look like? If you don't know what to do, don't go for it. Okay? That is not the job for you. We do not pass go, do not collect $200. I really should look up what that Monopoly stat really is. We don't need to do these. So those are our 2 job postings for today. If you come across any this week, send them to me. You can send them to cass@cassthompson.com. I will put it in the chat. Feel free to send me the link to any job descriptions where you're going, ooh, is this a red flag? Should I apply for this? Is this okay? Let me know. I would love to feature those next week, the week ahead, week after that. So we will start doing Q&A in just a second. If you have questions, put them in the chat. This is where I want to give you just a brief reminder that my interview confidence course, which you can find at this link right here, it's in the chat. My interview confidence course is about to go up significantly in price. This is the course where I walk you through exactly what I do to prepare for any job. It has everything you need right now to prepare well for a job, the exact process I go through, what I prep, what tabs you need to pull up, what questions you need to be ready for. It has all of that, and I'm about to add even more, just more info, more details, more worksheets for you. And when that gets added, the price goes up. So if you want this, if you want to be confident and prepared for your next interview, I highly recommend this course. I also recommend the Impressive Interview Kit to go with it. It'll be there on the offer page that you can get both. But I highly recommend grabbing this now, because when I add everything in the next month, in the next couple of weeks even, you will still get all the things that get added, but you didn't pay the new price. So something to think about. So I would be looking at that. And now let's get into questions. So I see Helen was first. Let me see. Should you take an entry-level job where the company says after 5 years of working, you are eligible for a promotion? The job won't help me in career goals. Well, if the job won't help you in career goals, no. If it's not towards what you really want to do, I wouldn't be going for it. I would rather you work at an hourly company that has great benefits, a Trader Joe's, a Whole Foods, a Sprouts, a Starbucks, that it's giving you the benefits, like you have insurance, but you can still keep looking and working for the full-time job that's within your career goals, right? That's setting you on the path to your career goals, than taking something full-time that does not help you towards your career goals. It's going to be harder to get off work to go do an interview, things like that. So that would be my thought. And then, but let's go back to this. After 5 years of working, you're eligible for a promotion. That seems odd to me that they just straight up tell you that, but I also don't know the context of what kind of role this is. Maybe there's a certain amount of certifications that are very technical and make sense that in that industry, you would not be considered for about 5 years. If it's something in like marketing or something, I'd go, what? That makes no sense. So I think it depends. I would investigate further if it were towards your career goals. If other than that, the job looked like an amazing fit for you, I would apply, and then if interviewed, I would definitely be asking about that, and then I would be making a decision based on that. Part of job searching is we just have to be detectives. We have to keep gathering information. We have to keep finding answers to our questions one by one, gathering clues essentially to see, is this a job for us? And sometimes we do not know all of that at the starting point, at that job description. Sometimes you do go further through the process. So something to think about. And then where can people go to send me a job listing or job interview concern or red flag? I'll put it up here again. Thanks for asking. You can just go cass@cassthompson.com. Feel free to send those to me. I would love to see, that's why I'm doing this. I want to help you figure out the jobs that you're questioning. Where are the jobs that you're going, should I apply? Feel free to send the concerns as well. I would love to know. Okay. Hey, Cass, this is Jasmine H. That messaged last week about the job application I read at the end of the interview. How do I explain in my next interview what happened without sounding shady? Okay. Hi, Jasmine. Thank you for coming back. So in case you all missed it last week, I highly recommend going and watching last week's Red Flag Friday. Jasmine sent in what we called the good on paper job description. She sent in one that there were no red flags in that job description, but through the onboarding process, it ended up being a much more red flag situation. And so that is one, right? That just happens sometimes. It was no fault of her own, but I really recommend you go look at that job description to see more about the scenario. Go watch that video to see the job description and learn more about that scenario. So how do you explain your next interview what happened? In all honesty, Jasmine, you ended up working there a day. That's how bad this was. She worked there one day, didn't even really work the one day, and just took it off. It doesn't need to be on your resume. It doesn't need to be in applications. So I wouldn't address it. I would just pretend it didn't happen. They don't need to know about it. That would be my thought. How do I explain my next interview what happened? Unless I'm thinking of the wrong one, Jasmine, but I believe you're the one who left after the one day. Because it was a good on paper job description that ended up not being a good job. So honestly, like, you do not owe these interviewers to know every single part of your life and every single thing that happened. And so I would just not bring it up at all. If there are more questions, I see more of you are with us. This is your chance. You can ask me your questions. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in chat. Helen, you said it's an international media outlet in journalism that nobody knows in the US. That should not need 5 years, Helen. That's shady to me. Also, the fact that it's an international outlet, but no one in the US would know it. Would no one in journalism even know it? I don't know. That seems shady. Hi, Heather. Thanks for joining. I'm excited to talk with you personally in a few. Y'all, if you don't watch Professor Heather Austin, and if you wondered if all the career people on YouTube know each other, we do. We know each other. Heather and I talk once a week. So hi, Heather. Thanks for joining. Okay, Jasmine, it was you at the end of last week. So yeah, that would be my advice. Everybody else, go watch that video. I thank Jasmine so much for sharing her experience with us because we can all learn from it. And I really appreciated that she did that. That's really helpful for everybody else to see. Sometimes you can do all the research in the world and sometimes that job just still doesn't work out. But if that's the case for you, as it was for Jasmine, we just move on. We don't need to bring it up in the next interview. Okay, y'all. Any other questions? Or else it's going to be a short one today. I see there's a lot more of you joining us. This is your chance to ask those questions. I know there's sometimes a delay. So while I give it a couple more minutes to see if any others come in, let me hide my email again. please send me red flags for next week. I would love to do a couple more. I'd love to do like 3 or 4 next week. And so if you see any crazy ones, send them to me. One place that that I think has some crazy job descriptions is Facebook, or I see them passed around in Facebook groups, like when people get a crazy one. So if you've seen any of those, they don't have to be from the main sites. Let me know where you've seen a job description you went, I don't know, this doesn't sound right. Send those my way. Let's all get better at identifying the red flags together. So that is one thing, send those to me. Other things to know, if you haven't seen this week's video on answering behavioral interview questions, go check it out. I have updated, you might think oh, I know how to answer a behavioral question, Cassandra. It's the STAR method. You taught me that. Other people showed it as well. I also give you 3 keys to answer STAR method well. You can technically do the STAR method on an interview question and still give a really poor generic answer. So I give you 3 tips on how to answer that STAR method well. So if you haven't watched that video, go check that one out. Another one I want you to pay attention to, because it's getting a sequel. My video on how to cheat in a virtual interview. It hit over 100,000 views the other day, so I know a lot of you have seen it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I am coming out. I'm just going to tell you here, I'm coming out with part 2, how to cheat in an in-person interview. You can cheat in an in-person interview. It seems impossible. I promise you, you can cheat in an in-person interview. Let's make these interviews easier for you. So that's coming out soon. So just wanted to let you know about those 2. If there are no other questions, I'm going to do a real quick flip over to YouTube and see if sometimes it's just a delay on my live stream end, and I would hate to cut it and find out that some of you had asked questions and I just didn't see it yet. So thank you for your patience while I figure this out. Let's see. Sorry, y'all. The computer's going slow today too, so I apologize. Dead air time on YouTube is always such a helpful thing. It's what everybody wants. Let's see, everything's going slow. I think that might be it today.
If you want to eat healthy and feel your best.
Getting an ad. Yep, looks like that's it. Okay, so thank you all for joining. If you have questions that come up this week, save them and ask them in next week's live stream. We'll be back here again. Also, if you are on my email list, you want to check it out this Tuesday. I write you every Tuesday. This week I have kind of a fun announcement for you, so be ready for that. If you're not on the email list, you can join with my interview prep checklist. That one is a freebie for you. You can join there, get that freebie, and then you join my list and you'll be able to see the announcement first on Tuesday. So that is all. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Happy early Valentine's Day. Happy Super Bowl. A lot of things coming up here in the US. So I hope you all have a great weekend. End strong with your Friday, and I'll see you next week. Bye.